Good morning, good afternoon, good night, everyone from all over the world. And thank you for being with us for this nice presentation and this series of presentations from IGS. My name is Amir Shahkolai. I'm a council member of IGS, and I'm very pleased to moderate this Q&A session. Thank you for our speaker for today. It was a very interesting topic for us. I would like to welcome you all to this 8th event in the week of lectures and webinars to mark the 14th anniversary of IGS. During this week, we showcase the great thinking of insights of IGS members around the world, and also giving you the opportunity to quiz the IGS officers on the activities of the IGS future plans and their thoughts. Please be aware that this will be recorded. So if you we can share it later and all members can watch it. It's my great pleasure to introduce you today our officers, Professor Chungsik Yoo. Professor Yoo is currently a professor of civil engineering, architectural engineering and landscape in Kyung University. Is it right? I'm sorry if I did it wrong, in South Korea. So he's the immediate past president of the International Geosynthetics Society and the current president of the Federation of International Geoengineering Societies. Professor Yoo is active in the international tunneling community and has served as an executive council member of the International Tunneling and Underground Space Association, which is ITA. Professor Yoo obtained his master's and PhD degree in civil engineering from Pennsylvania State University in 1989 and 1993, respectively. And then after working for a consultant engineer in the United States, he moved to South Korea and started at the university in 1994. He has co-authored more than 500 technical papers, including SCI journal papers and conference papers, and he was also a recipient of the 2010 IGS Award. Currently, Professor Yoo is the editor-in-chief of the journal Geotextile and Geomembrane and an associate editor of the Tunneling and Underground Space Technology. In addition, he is an editorial board member of the Geosynthetics International, Computers and Geotechnics, and Underground Space. In this session, Chungsik will talk about what the IGS is doing to ensure that it remains a trusted society and how people within and outside our society can see us as a leading global society. I'm sure I didn't have to introduce him, so we all know him very well, but I had to do my job. So thank you for your patience. All yours, Chungsik, please, if you want to, again, have a few words with the audience, and then can you please start with telling us how did you come to have a career in geosynthetics, so we can go through the questions after that again.
So that question is to the audience, actually, right, Amir?
Yes, so exactly. It's just we would like to know you how you ended up in the geosynthetic industry, how it began.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I will answer to that question.
Yeah.
Well, geosynthetics was a kind of research material during my PhD study. I studied, and my research topic during my PhD was the stability of a foundation over a void. Okay, the void can be natural void or tunnel or sewage, whatever that is. So I tried to find one of the way to reinforce the ground over a void. Actually, this is the research topic, and we are getting a lot of papers on this. So I found that probably the reinforcement materials such as geogrids or textiles could be a good candidate for the reinforcement. So I dig out the informations, and that is actually how I started with geosynthetic business, actually. And then since then, I fell in love with geosynthetics, and here I am. Okay.
That's true. That's the point about geosynthetics. When you get into geosynthetics, you cannot get out easily. No, I would encourage everyone, please put your questions in the Q&A and we will ask the questions from Chungsik about anything you want to know from our officer, our past president, about the geosynthetic industry and how we can trust more. I will start with some more questions if you don't mind. What, in your opinion, what does it mean for the IGS to be trusted?
Okay, trusted is one of the four bold aims that are part of the IGS newly launched strategy report, which is available on the website. Let me just share. Okay, let me just give you just verbal. I think this is better. Let me just. Okay, so we have three the strategy goals, which is influential and representative, trusted, and sustainable. The influential and representative and sustainable goals have been already explained by other officers during this week. So what is trusted? Well, we are a learned society, right? So we want people within and outside the geosynthetic industry to see us as the leading global authority. Previously, we have achieved this goal by sharing our many high quality papers and technical materials via website, for example, digital library, until I championed as president. But we recently concluded that that is not enough. Okay, so we decided to have a number of key tools. We decided to develop a number of key tools that will further build our reputation. Okay, so that people can trust us as a leading organization or society in geosynthetic industry. So simply, IGS wants to be trusted globally as the authority on geosynthetics and related materials and matters and structures, and also many as a solution. Okay, so that is what we mean by trusted. Okay.
Great, thank you. And in your opinion, aren't we already trusted? We are not. How do you see that as a geosynthetic?
The answer is yes. Yes, we are trusted, but we want to be trusted more by providing up-to-date technical tools and education materials to the members and stakeholders and the wider public, so that we can be recognized as a global leader in geosynthetic community. As you know, there are a number of sister organizations such as GMA, EAGM, and others. They are also geosynthetic related organizations. We are not competing with them, but we want to be trusted or recognized more than the others as a leader in the community. Okay, so this is because building a credible the organization that attracts and maintains the confidence of its members and stakeholders and the wider public is vital for the IGS future. So the answer is yes, we are trusted, but we want to be trusted more. I hope this makes sense to you.
Yes, thank you, Chungsik. It brings us to a question from our audience that Harry is asking, can you predict the future application of geosynthetics? What is the more, let's say, is there any new application you think will come, or the current applications will increase? Which one will increase? But how do you see that?
Well, we always say that geosynthetic have been already been recognized as a regular civil engineering materials, right? Maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, at the time, geosynthetics are still new materials. But now, because of the effort that we put forward, the geosynthetics are being recognized as a regular civil engineering material. They are being used in most of the civil engineering products. the projects. Well, but we are saying that currently the sustainability is a very keyword in our daily life, right? So everybody talks about sustainability. So construction also very important. Okay, there is an important fact. The buildings and construction together produces 35% of carbon dioxide. So we have a responsibility to reduce whatever the construction or the carbon footprint from whatever the construction work. So we have the responsibility. So we are saying geosynthetics are vital for sustainable construction because it allows us less natural resources, right? So by using reinforcement, we can reduce the thickness of, for example, subbase or base, right? And by including geonets, we can reduce the thickness of drainage layer with natural resources, natural aggregate. So as the importance of sustainability is growing, I think the acceptance of geosynthetics as sustainable construction material will increase as well. So I think geosynthetic as well as geosynthetic industry has a bright future in the days to come. And also geosynthetics are materials, right? So we can innovate, we can develop multifunction, the geosynthetics with new innovative materials. And I think then geosynthetics can be used in a wider, we'll have a wider spectrum in terms of applications.
Thank you, which reminds us all about the new tool that IGS has developed, which is the Sustainability Assessment Calculator,
Right.
which you have heard about it. And please, everyone, feel free to ask a question about it if you like. We have again another question from the audience. Actually, Harry, who asked this question, says he's not a member of IGS, and there is not a country chapter in where he is. So, Harry, please get in touch with us with Elise. We will record your question and will come to you. There is a rule for the countries that we don't have a chapter, and there is a membership fee for those countries to encourage people. There's a lower membership fee in line with the chapters. So we will get in touch with you to encourage you to join. And if you have enough members in your country, we may even be able to start a chapter during future. So I will definitely ask Elise to get in touch with you. And you can also send an email to IGS Secretary, Elise, and she will organize it for you. But thank you for your question and for your interest. This is a good question. So, Chungsik, how do you think our members can be involved and get involved, and even who are not members like Harry, they can get involved in IGS, and also they can get the benefit and also help IGS?
Okay. Let me give you some information about what we are heading. Okay. Well, we have launched 3 important initiatives. The first one is Geosynthetic Handbook. Okay. So Geosynthetic Handbook will be a global guide on the use and application of geosynthetics. Okay. So that's going to be like Bible for us. Okay. And also another one is a sustainability benefit calculator. This is to quantify the sustainability benefits of geosynthetics in specific applications. And thirdly, we will have a professional certification program, which is we call a credentialing program. That is to support reasonable whole life use of geosynthetics from the adoption to disposal. So we are developing these initiatives, and I hope that at least the Geosynthetic Handbook and Sustainability Calculator will be available at least probably end of next year. Okay, and credentialing program will take some time, but whenever those the tools become available, you will have chance to get involved. That means but there are certain limitations, but probably you can, for example, read the geosynthetic handbook and use the sustainability calculator so that you can give us feedback. Okay, so your feedback will be very important to improving those the developed tools. And then you can get involved with the IGS activities and also technical community activities, and your feedback will be very important for us to move forward. So, well, it is not easy to get involved at first time, but once you get involved, then it's going to be very not that difficult to get involved with other activities. So you have to stay tuned. Okay, I wish that you are all the member of IGS, and then we will get the newsletter periodically, and you can visit website so that you can get connected, and then you will have opportunity to get involved more easily. I hope that will happen soon.
Thank you for the explanation, Chungsik. Let's go back to trust. Chungsik, what do you see as I would say, concerns? Geosynthetic is not new, but compared to other like concrete or other things, it is new. It's young, 40, 50 years, 60 years old.
Right.
What do you see that there are still some concerns from some people outside geosynthetic industry about geosynthetics, and what has IGS done to answer those concerns?
Right. Well, there are always risks with our approach, right? Same thing for the geosynthetics. So we all know that geosynthetics are engineered materials or solutions that enhance performance of geomaterials. And more importantly, as I mentioned, that allow us to reduce carbon footprint for a given construction. We all know that. However, it is true. My statement is true only when used correctly with proper design, construction, and installation, for example. If something goes wrong with a project due to the inappropriate use of geosynthetics, then geosynthetics will be blamed for all the consequences. So we should remember that the confidence in geosynthetics can be undermined if they are not specified or installed correctly. Okay, so we have to remember that geosynthetics are engineered materials. That is, Dr. Drew always talk about. Okay, so we have been focusing on, we here being IGS community, have been focusing on how to reduce such risk in all the projects, and our conclusion is that we have to develop the tools. We have to educate the end product users so that geosynthetics can be used with trust. That is the way we can reduce the risk involved with the good material geosynthetics. I think that is still our concern, and we have to remember that the geosynthetics works only when used properly. I think that is the thing that we have to remember.
Thank you very much, Chungsik. And we can see all that during these years, it's a huge effort in the background by IGS board, IGS council, IGS committees, all different committees, to provide as much as information and as many as tools they can for the industry to make it possible and easier for the society and industry to work with geosynthetics, promote it and use it safely, as you said. But it's a great conversation. I think we can continue that even the whole day. There are lots of challenges and questions. If you have any final words, Chungsik, with the audience, to any final messages, anything that how, as you said, using it in the right application and doing it right is the main key. What can our members do to promote that and to, let's say, have an eye on that to make sure that it's being used correctly, in a correct way and correct application and safe?
Right. Well, as I mentioned, that geosynthetics are common now, common and general and regular construction materials. But unfortunately, some of the engineers see geosynthetic as commodity. That means they just take the material from the shelf and use it. So when that happens, problem always occurs. For example, now during the heavy rain, if we have rainforest soil collapse because of the heavy rain, then rainforest soil structure is blamed. Okay, unfortunately, that is the way it is. Okay, so whenever we adopt geosynthetic structures, we have to apply proper design and construction, and also material specification. You have to use those. Okay, for the geosynthetic rainforest soil wall, geosynthetics are important, but backfill soil is as important as geosynthetic. Okay, so something happens, something goes wrong, then not backfill, the geosynthetics will be blamed. Okay, you know that, right? We all agree probably.
Yeah.
So we have to use proper design procedures and specifications and constructions, and also the material testing is also very important. Many things can happen at the site, but anyway, we have to be a leader and messenger that geosynthetics are not a commodity, but engineered materials that have to be designed for proper use. I think you agree, but that's not enough. That's not that easy to deliver. But I think we have to work, or we have all worked together to deliver that message. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chungsik. Until our audience are trying to put some questions, I will ask another question myself. Being in the Tunneling Society internationally, as well as Geosynthetic Society, how do you relate these two societies, and how do you see the application of geosynthetics in tunneling currently and in future?
Well, actually, tunnel community is using a lot of geosynthetics. We have two different type of tunneling, right? Conventional tunneling and also mechanized tunneling. Mechanized tunneling, let's put that aside. Conventional tunneling, we need waterproofing, right? In waterproofing, we need geomembrane and sometimes geonets and geocomposite and geotextile and so on. But end users are not familiar with the materials. They are just using the materials based on the specification, but they lack the understanding of how the geosynthetic works. So I have been lecturing the use of geosynthetics in tunneling many times, but you have to educate them, tunnelers, and why we need geomembrane, why we need to use thicker geosynthetic geotextiles in tunneling. That is also, we need to understand how tunnel works. Okay, so in order for us to use geosynthetics in tunneling properly, we being here geosynthetic engineers also have some background about tunneling. Okay, that is not that I'm not talking about we have to go into details, but general basic principles of tunneling so that we can use geosynthetics in a proper way. Okay, so these tunnels today, modern tunnels, 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers long tunnel is quite common, right? So you think about it, 20-kilometer tunnel with geomembrane, geotextile, geocomposite, there's a lot of geosynthetics. Okay, so geotunnels are very important market actually for the geosynthetic manufacturers and geosynthetic engineers. So probably we have to approach, we have to give them more information about the geosynthetics, and at the same time we have to learn the basic principle of tunneling so that we can properly use geosynthetics in tunneling projects. I think that is very important.
Interesting. Being also in the education industry, university and teaching, how do you see the importance of education? What is the situation now? Are we good in educating students about geosynthetics? We are not good. What should we do more? And what are the risks there? And how can it affect to increase the trust in geosynthetics, you believe?
That is very, very important, but we have some concerns. That means, well, you know that university curriculum is very, very difficult to change. See, if you want to put one course and take one out, that is almost impossible nowadays. Okay, so IGS has created an initiative which is educate the educators, because if you want to educate the students, then educators should know the geosynthetics. So we initiated the ET, which is Educate the Educators program, and that have been very, very, very successful. So I think we have a good record that those participants in ET programs are now delivering their lectures to the students. But IGS hopes that geosynthetics can be great. Geosynthetic class can be a regular class. For example, one credit course, but that is not easy. But for me, I'm trying to include a significant part of geosynthetics from the material to the application within the upper class geotechnical engineering class. Okay, because it is impossible to have standalone geosynthetic course within the current system. So even though if we try that way, I think that will increase the exposure of students to the geosynthetics, and then they will make a great change in the future. But anybody in this the session who are in the academia, so try to teach geosynthetics within the geotechnical. For example, foundation engineering, you can assign 3 or 4 hours class hours so that you can introduce at least, and then they will help students a lot understand the geosynthetics. But we have a long way to go.
Yeah, that's true. Thank you. So for the people in the audience that you are university professors, and please contact IGS, the educational committee, run these ETE, Educate Educators, and that provides you with the tools, documentations, presentations that free of charge that you can use to teach your students. So please get in touch with IGS if you need those documents. There is a comment or opinion from Harry again. Thanks for being so active, Harry. He says that I think that there is a good way to educate engineers for geosynthetic application is to open a virtual university like ISSMG, that they have a virtual university that covers that. What's your opinion and comment on that, Chungsik?
Yes, I think that is very important. Yes, a virtual university, you talk about it. Well, IGS already produced some educational materials, and they are available on the website. But at the same time, in addition to that, we are developing the short courses, right? And probably they will be that can be in-person short courses or virtual short courses, and then those will be available in our digital library, just like a virtual university in ISSMGA. So Harry Ho, thank you for commenting it, and we are working on it, and stay tuned, and please be patient, but something will happen soon in the future, because our technical committees are working on it, and IGS officers are working on it, and so that we can fulfill our duty that we have to educate the engineers properly. So stay tuned. That will be available soon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chungsik. Very good comments and information and very nice discussion. I know that people online have been there for the first part as well, so it's more than 1.5 hours now, and we don't want to keep them waiting more. But if everyone, if you have any question, any more question, comments, ideas, feedbacks, anything, please share with us. Send your comments and questions to Elise, our secretary, and we will definitely consider all of them. So, Chungsik, thank you again for being with us today. If you have any final comments, please share with the audience, and then we can close the session, I believe.
Yes, IGS was founded in 1983. So we are not, we are still young, okay? So long way to go, but we are very active, and we are a member of FedEx. FedEx is Federation of International Geoengineering Societies. We are working with ISSMG, ISRM, IAEG, and we, IGS, as a group of leaders in geoengineering, okay? So we are part of them, and we are leading in our way of using geosynthetics proper way. So we have to work together to become a trusted organization in geoengineering society. Thank you very much. I look forward to your great contribution. Thank you.
You all from all over the world for joining us today in this session. This session will continue, so it was not the last one. So we know that I think tomorrow will be our keynote lecture by Dr. J.P. Giroud, who is the founder of IGS. And our final Ask the Officer session will be with our current president, Sam Allen. This will begin 1 o'clock after 1 p.m. UTC. So please check your local. If you register with the Zoom account and you import it in your Outlook, it will show you the local time. So please check your local time. We look forward to seeing you all in our next presentation and all future IGS activities, webinars, and events. Thank you all. Have a great night, day, midnight, morning, afternoon. Thanks again, Professor Yoo.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you all. Thank you.